question now.
Go on.
Question is, if Article 78(1) is anything to go by, your ministers of state largely are supposed to come from the parliament.
Yes.
The law says that not less than 10 and not more than 19. So these are your cabinet, your ministers of state you're going to get. How do you intend to? Have you thought about managing that header?
Absolutely. If I hadn't, I probably would not get on the fray to do this.
On Focus on ABC, we focus on the matter, the personality, and the answer beyond the rhetoric. Focus on ABC shows every Thursday at 7 p.m. only on ABC News Ghana television.
Good morning. Welcome to the Friday edition of Politics Today with me, Samuel Nyimabo. Today is Black Friday, the last Friday of November, entering into December. And before we get into the business where you go and do your shopping and all of that, let us get into a bit of politics so that you soak a bit of politics before you get into your business day. And today we are coming with you with another focus on a constituency, on our constituency in focus here on ABC News Ghana. Today we are bringing you an analysis of a swing constituency in the Greater Accra region. I'm talking about the Ablekuma Central constituency. This constituency is very pivotal, looking at the swing nature of this constituency since 1992. Now, the Ablekuma Central constituency is located within the Accra metropolitan area of the Greater Accra region. It was established in 1992, covering key communities such as the Aboso Okai community, Mataiko, Latabio Koshi, and Sukura. Over the years, the constituency has gained significance as a swing constituency, alternating political control between the New Patriotic Party and the National Democratic Congress. This constituency has a population of about 169,000 according to the 2021 population and housing census. About 82% of these of the populace in this constituency are within the urban area, and then 18%, which is about 30,000 people, live within the rural community. Now, it is a densely populated urban constituency with a mix of middle-class residential areas and informal settlement. It's with high level of economic activity centered on small-scale trading, transportation, and informal business. Now, if you are someone who knows this constituency very well, you will realize that it's a business community. You talk about the Abosokan spare parts area where they sell spare parts and all of that is within the Ablekuma Central constituency. Part of the Kaneshie Market also falls within this constituency as well. Now, it has bordered to the Ablekuma West constituency. That is the constituency where Esla Owusu is the current NP. It is bordered to the Ablekuma West constituency as well. It is also bordered to the Okankwe South and the North constituency as well. So it is within a prime area, a prime business area of Greater Accra. Now, we'll bring you what you are supposed to expect in the 2024 elections. But before we get into that, let's look at the trend of vote within this constituency. Let's look at how they have been voting over the years from 1992. Like I mentioned, it is an alternating constituency, a swing one. It goes to the NPP. Within the next 8 years, it goes to the NDC. So as you can see here, the constituency has been alternating between the National Democratic Congress, where they won in 1996, but lost in 2002, the NPP, where the NPP had 58% of the vote. Then in 2004, the NPP won again with 53.40% of the vote. And then again, in 2008, the NDC came back to win the constituency. So it is like NPP won twice, NDC won twice in the constituency. NPP came back to win twice. Then NDC comes back in 2008, winning with 50.9% of the vote. Then in 2012, winning with 51.80% of the vote. That is another 2 successive wins for the National Democratic Congress. Then in 2016, the NPP, under the ticket of His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo, won with some 52.40% in the constituency. Then in 2020, Akufo-Addo lost in that constituency to the National Democratic Congress flag bearer John Mahama. So you look at the trend and you look at the difference within the difference that the candidates give each other in this constituency. It is very minimal. Very minimal. So it is a small margin that you will win in the Ablekuma Central constituency. You don't win by a big margin in this constituency. You always win with a small margin. Even in the parliamentary elections, the result have been small margins, small wins for both parties. So it is about how you tactically position yourself to get that few votes you need to surpass your opponent. And if you look at over the years, the parties have been fighting for a place within the Ablekuma Central constituency. So you realize that the margins have always been 50.1, 53. The biggest margin any party won was in 2000, where the NPP won with 58%. Beside that, the next biggest was just 53% with the same NPP. Now, let's quickly look at the parliamentary trend as well. That's where the focus is on ABC News Ghana, where we show you the focus on the parliamentary result, because as it stands now, we have a hung parliament, and none of the 2 leading parties, be it the NPP or the NDC, will want a hung parliament come December 7. So they are fighting vigorously for a majority, and a big majority in parliament. So because of that, the parliamentary result across each constituency is very key for us. So on Constituency in Focus, we try to bring you an analysis of the parliamentary results. We focus on the parliamentary results. Now, in 1996, NDC lost to the NPP, where the NPP had 40.50% of the vote. Then in 2000, NPP won again, where they had 51.30%. In 2004, the NPP won again. In 2004, in that 2004 elections, they won in the parliamentary ballot as well. Then the NDC came to win in 2008 and 2012, winning by some 51% and 49.5% respectively. Now in 2016, the NPP came back to win the seat again in the Ablekuma Central constituency. They won in the constituency in 2016. However, they currently do not hold the seat in the Ablekuma Central constituency because the NPP has lost that seat to the NDC's Abdul Latif Dan in that 2020 elections. Now the NPP is fighting back to see if they can win the seat in the 2024 parliamentary contest within the Ablekuma Central constituency. And this is how the trend has been. You notice once again that the margins have been very slim margin. 49.7, 49.48, very slim margin. 52.9, 45.90, very slim margin that this constituency has been given to the two parties. Now let's quickly look at the key contest starting from 2008 in the Ablekuma Central constituency, because that is important, because the personalities that these parties present in the constituency matters. The key contest, as we see, 2008 NDC presented Tete Theophilus. Now Tete Theophilus won in that election, in that 2008 election, as against NPP Robert Saba, where he won by 4,074 votes in that 2008 election. Keep your eye on the margin. 4,074 votes. That is where the difference is. Keep your eye on it. Let's look at the 2012 one. What was the result like in that 2012 election? Now in 2012, the NDC in that 2012 election won again. Chai Tete Theophilus won in that election, in the 2012 election, winning by 1,401 votes. 1,401 votes to Ebenezer Gilbert Ni Naneti. You realize that the difference has shrunk, or the difference shrunk in that 2012 election. The difference shrunk in that 2012 election. Now let's look at what 2016 presented for the two parties in that 2016 election. In that 2016 election, the NDC presented a new candidate in Halidu Haruna, where Halidu Haruna got 40,686 votes in that 2016 election. Then, in the 2016 election, the NPP, Ebenezer Gilbert Neti, won in that 2016 election. You realize that the NDC's difference began to shrink in that 2012 election. So as a result, the NPP took advantage of it in 2016, winning with some 6,898 votes in that 2016 election. Now let's look at how the 2020 election panned out in the Ablekuma Central constituency. This phase was still on the ballot. Ebenezer Gilbert Ni Naneti was still on the ballot for the NPP. However, the NDC presented a new candidate once again in the person of Abdul Latif Dan. Now Abdul Latif, on his first attempt, won the elections for the National Democratic Congress. But look at the difference once again. 204 votes. 204 votes. Then the NPP, Ebenezer Ni Naneti, lost with some 46,836 votes. So you realize that the difference at any point when the NDC wins is lower than when the NPP won in that constituency. So it means that when the NDC doesn't need to win big. They win with a slim margin. The NPP, on the other hand, anytime they won in this constituency, won with a big margin. It means that the NDC have found a way, a tricky way to win the elections in the Ablekuma Central constituency. When the odds are against them, they find a way to win in a very small way. 204 votes in that 2020 elections. Can they repeat same? Can Abdul Latif Dan repeat same in the 2024 elections? Because he's still on the ticket for the National Democratic Congress. However, this face is not there for the NPP. There's a new face for the New Patriotic Party in the 2024 election. So the question is, in 2024, who wins? Is it going to be Abdul Latif Dan for the National Democratic Congress, or the new candidate for the New Patriotic Party, Jefferson Saki, who will take the ballot for the New Patriotic Party? Who wins in the 2024 elections? It is a key question that we will answer. We will try as much as possible to answer here. Now, because of that, if you look at this, the dynamics in the Ablekuma Central constituency, it's a swing constituency. it's a swing constituency. Mostly, each party gets to get 2 terms before they get changed. However, the NPP in 2016 didn't get 2 terms. After that 2016 win, the loss in 2016 means that the constituent didn't give the NPP the 2 terms they give to every party in that 2020 election. They gave it back to the NDC. Will the NDC get a second term this time round? Abdul Latif Dan, will he get a second term? Or Jefferson Saki will also take it back away from him? Now, the key issues that are going to determine who actually wins in the 2024 elections, and that is going to inform the votes of the constituents in the Ablekuma Central constituency. Key issues remains poor road networks and drainage system. If you are within the Abotokai area, one of the key issues has been drainage system for the area, Sukura and the 8 environs, Latabio Kushi and 8 environs. Drainage system remains key, and road network. Some of the inner city, inner town roads are still in deplorable states. Key issues that will be on the hearts of the constituents. One is the drainage system and poor road network. Now, public amenities also remain another issue. They need recreational facilities in the area as well, because as it stands now, the place or the constituent doesn't have much recreational facilities. Recreational facilities remain insufficient. Then there is the general issue of youth unemployment. Jobs for the youth within the Ablekuma Central will be very pivotal. Now, the NPP Jefferson Saki has been pivoting on creation of jobs. He has been speaking, and if you've monitored, and we have monitored, and he's been campaigning based on provision of jobs to the constituent, and he's been saying that vote for me, and I will make sure that your voices are heard. As a member of parliament, I'll make sure that your voices are heard. I'll make sure that you get jobs. I'll provide jobs for you. So Jefferson have realized that the key issue within this constituency has been jobs, skill training, and the poor network, road network, and the sanitation issues as well. So his campaign has been based on that. Similarly, Abdul Latif Dan is saying that you should vote for him so that he continues with what he's been doing within the constituency. He continues with the work that he's been putting in within the Ablekuma Central constituency. He's been trying over the years, or over the last 3-4 years, to improve the living condition of the constituent, especially the Zongo community within the constituency. Abdul Latif Dan has focused his attention there. But will that be enough for him? Because the residents are demanding better recreational facilities, better education infrastructure, better road networks, jobs as well. Which of these two would be able to win that? Now, per our monitoring, what we have gathered here on ABC News Ghana and ABC News Ghana, we have been into that constituency. Myself, I've been into the Ablekuma Central constituency not long ago, and I've interacted with some of the constituents, and they have said that it seems as though because of the lack of a sitting president for Abdul Latif Dan, his work has been limited in the constituency. Some say that he would actually not have won in that 2020 election if not for a bit of a disagreement that was happening in the NPP. There was disunity within the NPP in that 2020 election. That is how come he got the nod in the 2020 elections, and that if not for that, he wouldn't have won at all. But he's now the NP, regardless of that. He's now the NP, and people in some of the constituents still feels like he's not doing much. And then there is Jefferson Saki, who is bringing in that euphoria with him, comes in with that youthful exuberance. If you speak to the constituent, they like him for his visibility within the constituency, for how he quickly comes in to help the constituent attend events and programs within the constituency, and he's always almost available at the call of the constituent. So Jefferson is seeming to garner momentum in this year's election in the Ablekuma Central. And if you look at the swing nature of the constituency, it won't be a surprise to see the NPP take back the seat away from the NDC, because this constituency, most of the time, change their NPs. Yes, at times they give you 8 years, and after 8 years they change you. However, as we saw in 2016, where Ebenezer Nethi wasn't able to get 4 years, he is losing that 4 years. He lost when he couldn't get the second term. Now you have Abdul Latif Dan, who the some constituents are not happy with him. It means that he's not likely he will not get that 4 years. But you can't overrule, or you can't outrightly throw him to the shadows, because he's still a strong contestant in this year's election in the Ablekuma Central. If anything, if the analysis that we've given you, the trend in the parliamentary result is anything to go by, this year's election would be close as well. It will be a close one. It won't be an easy one for Jefferson Sake of the NPP or either Abdul Latif Dan. He won't have it easy again, because in that 2020 election, he won with just 204 votes. It means that in this year's election, it will be tough as well. But Jefferson has gathered that momentum with the New Patriotic Party in the constituency. Now, the party has been able to resolve the issues that confronted them in that 2020 elections. They've addressed almost all the issues within the inter-party constituency level, and he is likely to be able to emerge victorious in the 2024 parliamentary results. So don't be surprised if after everything in the 2024 elections in the Ablekuma Central constituency, you see Jefferson Sake win the ballot for the New Patriotic Party. And don't be also surprised if you see Abdul Latif Dan win it, because as the constituency, as you saw there, it is a swing constituency, and at any point in time, the constituents will vote based on the issues, and the issues as it stands now favors Jefferson Sake over Abdul Latif Dan. And that is how much time will buy us here today on ABC News Ghana on Politics Today. And we'll be bringing you later today in the evening our constituency in focus. We'll be dissecting some 2 constituencies in the stronghold of the New Patriotic Party in the Ashanti region. These 2 constituencies have become keenly contested in the 2024 elections. The NPP will likely not get it easy, even though it is their stronghold. They will likely not get it easy come December 7. We just have 8 days to the elections. So join me at 4 p.m. today, between 4 to 5 p.m. today, when we dissect those 2 constituencies in the Ashanti region. I've been your host for Politics Today, Samuel Nyemabo.
Over the past 8 years, the NPP has significantly improved support for our most vulnerable citizens. From expanding school meal programs, enrolling 300,000 more people in the LEAP initiative, enhancing health care for expectant mothers, we've strengthened the fabric of our society. But our work isn't done. We are committed to further enhancing these programs and introducing new initiatives to ensure that every Ghanaian has the opportunity to thrive. Vote for progress. Vote for care. Vote for Bawumia. Bawumia means business. Over the past 8 years, the NPP has significantly improved support for our most vulnerable citizens. From expanding school meal programs, enrolling 300,000 more people in the LEAP initiative, enhancing health care for expectant mothers, we've strengthened the fabric of our society. But our work isn't done. We are committed to further enhancing these programs and introducing new initiatives to ensure that every Ghanaian has the opportunity to thrive. Vote for progress. Vote for care. Vote for Bawumia. Bawumia means business.
Million children have benefited from free SHS. Protect free SHS. Vote Dr. Bawumia, #1 on the ballot. Over 5 million children have benefited from free SHS. Protect free SHS. Vote Dr. Bawumia, #1 on the ballot.
This is where the headlines are probed, policies scrutinized through an objective lens with an unbiased approach to every discussion. Key in to a series of pulsating conversations with the hard questions.
Why do you still want to run when you have failed?
I haven't. What do you mean by failed?
In-depth analysis of policy proposals.
If it's a temporary program, why do we want to still create another gold reserve exchange program also to address a temporary issue?
If you introduce a temporary measure and you realize that the temporary measure works and is sustainable, you have to rethink whether or not it should just be temporary.
And every agenda and positions intellectually debated to set the record straight.
Look, you still don't answer the question now.
Go on.
Question is, if Article 78(1) is anything to go by, your ministers of state largely are supposed to come from the parliament.
Yes.
The law says that not less than 10 and not more than 19. So these are your cabinet, your ministers of state you're going to get. How do you intend to resolve? Have you thought about managing that head-on?
Absolutely. If I hadn't, I probably would not get on the fray to do this.
On Focus on ABC, we focus on the matter, the personality, and the answer beyond. December 7th, all eyes will be on the nation, and ABC News Ghana Television will be your trusted election guide. Welcome to the Poll Center, where we bring you the most comprehensive 2024 general elections coverage.
At ABC News Ghana, we will deliver up-to-the-minute updates from across the 40,647 polling stations, ensuring that you stay informed every step of the way.
We'll bring you real-time updates from constituencies with the highest stakes and insight into the key battlegrounds.
Our team of political watchdogs, pollsters, and political scientists will break down the nuances in the swing regions, helping you understand the dynamics of these critical areas.
With correspondents and district reporters spread across the country, rest assured all the timely report of turn of events as they unfold.
On the Poll Center, we'll bring you an excellent television experience with advanced graphic presentation that will give you a clear visual of the vote tallies, trends, and key turning points as they unfold live on screen.
ABC News Ghana will provide you with in-depth analysis of voter pattern shifts, regional shifts, and what the early results could mean for the final outcome of the elections.
From voting challenges to disputes over election results, ensuring our viewers understand the legal landscape.
On social media, we'll bring you live updates and key highlights from the polling stations, keeping you engaged and informed with the latest developments online.
From the streets to the polling centers, we will capture the voices of everyday Ghanaians, hear their thoughts and concerns as they cast their ballots.
ABC News is committed to unbiased, accurate, and in-depth coverage. Join us on the Poll Center for the most reliable 2024 election coverage.
Stay tuned, stay informed.
Welcome back. Still watching ABC in the morning. Up next is Happy Hour. On Happy Hour, we give you the opportunity to send your best wishes, your shout-outs, and your birthday wishes to your friends and loved ones. Get in touch with us via socials. Send us a DM on all of our socials, especially Instagram at ABCNewsGH_, and we will love to interact with you then. We'll send that shout-out you want to send out on your behalf. We have some birthday wishes. We'll be sharing them. But don't forget that today is Black Friday. Various companies, various stores, various shops having some very huge discount sales. You want to take advantage of that so that you can buy that thing you've been eyeing for a while now. But let's get straight into those birthday wishes and wish some very beautiful people a happy birthday. This is Happy Birthday Patience, and this is coming from Kwesi Kranche. Happy birthday, Patience. Wishing you a birthday as bright and beautiful as you are. Have a great one. And Patience, Kwesi Kranche says a happy birthday to you. Today is also the birthday of a fine gentleman, Gilbert Sapong, and Nana Kwache Anefi says that Gilbert Sapong, happy birthday to you, my nephew Gilbert of Corpus Christi Catholic Church, Krofrom, from Nana Kwache Anefi. So Gilbert, a happy birthday. We wish you well. And today is the birthday of former President and flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress,